In Bible camp, girl in a wheelchair who is actually freaking hot AF is sitting in her chair next to the sports field. Go up to her and ask if she's okay. She says yeah, but obviously she's a bit bored being unable to play. I get a tennis ball and we throw it back and forth. Later, she texts me from the lodgings, girls and boys in separate areas, asking if I want to meet at sunset. Meet the chick. She's folded her chair and is sitting on a blanket so she doesn't seem broken. 2 hours later, we're kissing. I tear her clothes off and undress, and F her. It's really hard to control her legs while I'm on my knees thrusting, as they are flopping about in my one free hand. Camp leaders come close. I say, fuck, run, and run away. I later realize she was disabled and lying there naked when the Bible leaders came around. Modern man exists for 200,000 years. 99% of that is humans being cavemen. Then suddenly we go from being cavemen to exploring the solar system in the last 1% of time. How? Walk into a bar alone hoping to make friends. Everyone appears to be in their own groups. Drink alone in a corner for 20 minutes then leave. Bark, 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 and so on. Shut the heck up, I'm trying to sleep! Called an Uber. Driver was a woman. She drove me home. Technically went home with a girl. Looks like we can't be friends anymore. See you later, virgins. Gabe is 61. Likely to die before he hits 75. The second he dies, a power vacuum appears not within just Valve and Steam, but all of PC gaming. Assume worst case scenario. New Valve CEO takes on the normal profit-first motivations. Either sells to Microsoft or makes Steam worse in some way. First thing to go would be Proton, then the settings that allow you to log into the library page instead of the store. Then the ability to turn off the second window of ads that pop up each time you open Steam. Suddenly, you have to use Windows to play PC games. Steam sales slowly get worse over the course of a year until they're just not worth it anymore. Steam starts changing the way they make profit from their store in ways that harm indie devs. This is an actual fear I have. Can someone tell me if I'm being a dumbass? Or is PC gaming really being held up by one old fat guy? Be me. Wife thinks I'm cheating. She's been acting all suspicious, giving me the side eye. That feeling when I'm just hanging with the boys. Decide to go watch the game and grab some wings. Call up the crew. Let's roll. Wife texts me like 50 times. Where are you? Tell her I'm at the bar with friends. She goes full FBI mode. I don't believe you. Send me a pic. That feeling when I send her a group pic of the boys. We're holding our wings like trophies. Who's that girl in the background? My face when it's just a waitress. She thinks I'm cheating with the waitress thought. Try to explain, but she's already spiraling. She shows up at the bar, sees me laughing with the boys, holding a wing. Wife storms over, eyes blazing. She's like, "Who's this?" while pointing at me. Everyone's looking. Just laugh awkwardly. That's my wing, babe. Cue crickets. Wife just looks confused. She storms out after throwing my phone and a wing at me. My boys are dying. My face when I'm just trying to enjoy wings and football. Next day she's still mad. At least the wings were good. I would never cheat on her though. Just a normal night with the boys. That feeling when wingman takes on a whole new meaning. Be me 10 years ago. 15-year-old with a big sister. She's constantly being a mean chick to me. She's dating this guy who is pretty cool. One day I walk in on her making out with some other dude. She freaks out and begs me not to tell her boyfriend. Sorry sis, you should have thought about that before you cheated. Call him and tell him everything. He's devastated but also kind of relieved because he knew something was off. Fast forward a few days, he comes to our house to confront her, opens her room, walks in to find her with another guy. He leaves without saying a word. She starts crying and locks herself in her room for days. This is what I do to my enemies. Be me. Can't sleep, so make a gas station run at 2 in the mañana. Technically it's a day off, so I've got time. Grab a Diet Pepsi and a bag of some slop chips that were yummers. Take my car out back behind the gas station where it's dark and sit on the hood looking at the sky. It's in this moment that I get a random sense of enlightenment and feel like life is worth living. I sit there for 30 to 45 minutes before leaving, but I felt as if my life was changed. It's the little things in life that keep you going. Have a great week, Anons. Went on a date today. Met this cute girl on a dating app, coffee.exe. Pretty excited for it. This is my first date ever. She asks what my hobbies are. I say anime and I'm currently playing Baldur's Gate 3. Her demeanor instantly changes, goes from talkative to one-word responses and texting on her phone. Says she has to leave about 15 minutes of one-word responses. Why did I say this? Can I not be happy? I'd change my hobbies instantly for this girl. This is the only thing that I said that could have caused her to do this. I hate myself, Anons. Be me. 19. Watch the news. See story about dentist who ended his wife. Later, mom asks me if I watched the news. Tell her I did. Asks me if I saw the story about the dentist who ended his wife. Tell her I did. Asks me, what do you think happened? Excuse me? Respond with, I think he ended his wife. Asks me, what do you think he should have done? Respond with, I think he shouldn't have ended her. She responds with, yeah. Later she comes into my room and tells me, it's good to watch the news so that you can have an opinion on the news. Am I autistic? Is she autistic? Is this normal human conversation? I think I hate talking now. Be me, scrolling through /B one night. Suddenly see a thread titled, Anon's mother is a hoe. Intrigued, I click. OP starts telling a story. His mom always bringing home random guys, not even trying to hide it. One time she brought home a dude named Chad, like actual Chad. Guy looked like he stepped out of a frat party. Sweatpants, tank top, and a confidence that would make even the most established Giga Chad jealous. OP says he's just trying to binge watch his favorite anime. Can hear the moans through the walls. My face when I realize I can't concentrate on the plot. Decide to make popcorn and read along. Not even mad, just impressed. OP goes on about how his mom had low standards. Brings home everyone from delivery guys to the dude who fixes the cable. That feeling when you realize he's been calling her mom but the entire neighborhood knows her as that lady. Thread blows up with another Anons sharing similar stories. One guy says his mom's nickname in high school was the human vacuum. WTF.jpg. OP says he tried to confront her once. Mom, can you at least keep it down? She just laughs, tells him to get used to it. My face when I realize his mom is basically a walking meme. Thread feels like a support group for embarrassed sons. They bond over their shared trauma. At least he gets to see some wild stuff. That feeling I realize I might actually be jealous. Just kidding. I might be weird, but not that weird. Anons share dumb advice like, just join in. We all know that's some next level cringe. Continue browsing, thinking about how some Anons have it that bad. Eventually fall asleep. Best night ever. Never look at my mom the same way again. I respect her way more now, cause she ain't like that. Thank you, Mom. Thanks 4chan, you weirdly therapeutic addiction. Be me. Live in rural England. Everyone is religious. Parents are Catholic. Be atheist. Parents try to convince me to be more religious. Refuse to go to church. Dad rants about how I've gone crazy and I need to start believing and signs me up for a Bible camp in the summer. Was meant to be going to a lifeguard camp. I love swimming and I'm training to be a professional lifeguard. Really freaking pissed. Fast forward to summer. Get to camp. Called something like Camp Love Jesus or some shit. Oh, whoa, what's this? Furry. See beach. Maybe camp won't be so bad. At mess hall. Given options for activities. Lifeguard practice is one. Frick yeah.exe. Put it on every day. First day of activities. Camp leader starts talking about how if we are free from sin then we won't have to fear drowning. What.mpv? Tells us to pair up. Camp leader tells us to do trust falls in the water. Ask when we will be swimming. Leader says that we don't need to swim to be good at lifeguarding. Frickin' pissed again. Gives me a crucifix so that I won't be so scared of the water. Still frickin' pissed. Starts calling me holy diver. Sneak out of cabin in the middle of the night to go swim. Camp leaders are all in the mess hall and nowhere near the beach. Already wearing swim shorts. Start to swim out into the sea. Cold AF. Go out further. Decide to swim down to test my breath. About 5 meters down when chest starts to hurt. Try to swim back up. Realize I have hypothermia. About a foot from the surface when a hand reaches down and pulls me up. It's the camp leader. Yells at me for going out swimming so late and nearly ending myself, and yells at himself for not paying attention. Holy diver. You've been down too long in the midnight sea. Oh, what's becoming of me? Are these stories true, or are they just figments of Anon's imagination? You decide.